To be able to create some tests, first we need to include the code from that file we have written, that collector.jl, into our base file, which is called twilight timeline.jl. And how to include the code from the file? There is a keyword called include, and then we can write the file name collector.jl. And when someone import that package twilight timeline, I want the types to be available instantly. So to do that, there is a export keyword, and then I can put my types one after another. And that's how that import will work. And now we can go to our test folder and open our run test. So here we can see it already gave us some code. So to be able to test, we need that twilight timeline package import, and we need to import the test package. So we haven't added the test package in our current project environment, so I will just do that first. I'll go to package mode and then add test. So I've added the test. Now the way the test set works, the test set is like gave us that's a macro, and that gave us the ability to separate or group our tests. So for example, now I will do a test on the collector. So I can tag that test set with a name. .jl, and then I can create more test set inside of other test set. So I want to separate two groups. So one test group is for the auth indicator, another test group is for the what is the other type? I forgot. It's a resource param. So we can go to the run test, and then we can create another test set, and then begin and end, and there will be another test set for the params, test set, begin and end. So now we will create a value of the type authenticator, and we can actually copy that from the doc. Now there is a handy little function called isA. So to be able to test it, there is a one macro called test. So the thing I want to test, after I create the value of the type authenticator, I want to test that if that value is a authenticator or not. So there is a function called isA, and that match a value with a type, that that value has that same type or not. So I will do creds, and then I will provide the authenticator. So it's testing that if cred is a type authenticator or not. And that's a very silly test. When we will write functions, we will write much better test for the functions, but now it doesn't make sense to make the test for the structs. But I just wanted to show you, so I'm creating some tests for that. But you don't usually, like when you create big packages, I don't think you need to add this kind of test. And I can do the same test for the another type, which I always used to forget the name. It's resource param. So I can take the example from here. And then I can do the same if that's a type resource param or not. So that's it. That should be the test. I'll save that. And now if we go to our package mode, we are already in our package mode, so we can write test and it should start testing the file. And there is an error, and what it does, one test set fail, and I don't know, we still don't know which one because I didn't put any name of the test. So I will write validate authenticator and then validate resource params. So I can run again. I know where is the error because we have used resource param here and here. We have to use the type, not the value. But now we can check, like when we added the tags for the test set, how it shows the result. Now it shows more clear that in the collector test set there is another two test set. One is validate authenticator and one is validate resource params. And in the resource param we have error, and here is the stack trace for that. But as I already know what is the problem, I will just add that and save it, and I will run that. So when there is error, the inner test set will shows up. If there is no error, the inner test set is not going to show up. Now we can see it just showing up the collector.jl and there is no inner test set. And actually for that simple test, I don't want to separate them. So I'll just put them in one place and I will delete that test set and I will do validate types. I'll save that and I will test that again, and the test pass. Now I will create a new version of that and add that. So I will save everything and I'll go to the project.toml file, 0.1.1. I'll open up that status. So I will do git add dot git commit -m changes. It's changes or changes. So the changes are in tests, and message is adding test files, adding test for structs, collector structs, and then I'll do git push origin master, git tag. It's a version 0.1.1 and git push -- tag. So the tag is updated. Now we can check our package. So we can see the changes in test and also in source file, because we have changed the main Twilight Timeline JL file, and we can see the test inside. So that's it for that video. And in future videos, I will add more tests, maybe in offline, or just will review the test because it's time consuming. So I will just write the test beforehand or later, and then we'll discuss with you what is the test. And also you always can come back and go to the tag to check what was the update for that in that tag. So if you haven't used tag before, that's just info that, for example, the version 0.1.0 has nothing, and then if I go to tag version, the newest version of the tag, then I have all of this. So also in future, like there will be like some updates in that project, but this tag will be like that. So you can always come back and try out and also like have a look. This, like if you want to copy and paste some code, you can also see that. So that's a lot of talking in that. Maybe that video is going long, and I'll see you in the next video where we will create some functions to make a call to the Twitter API. Thanks.